On this episode of Leepu and Pitbull, the guys attempt to turn a Japanese junker
Fill the engine
into a slice of American muscle.
By the time the dust settles with this engine, I will double its horsepower.
Nice! All right, guys, ready?
Here's your magic wand, Leepu.
Here's the answer to everything. Cut!
There's nothing more American than a custom car. But today, custom means expensive. I'm Steve Pitbull, mechanic by trade. My dream? Make one-of-a-kind cars, but make them affordable. Body work? I don't do body work. How? Meet Leepu.
The hammer made the world.
He's a car designer from Bangladesh I first saw online. He takes old junk scraps and builds unbelievable cars by hand.
This is my paintbrush, and these are my sculpting tools.
Nobody in America builds stuff like this.
I'm a simple guy with a big dream to be the greatest car designer in America.
So I brought him here to do things a little differently.
No. Bangla way.
And make both of our American dreams come true. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Leepu.
Steve,
Yo, you're not gonna believe this. We got another one.
I see the shutter going up. What is this? Is that a car? Yellow. Japanese plastic toy.
All right. So in rolls a Mitsubishi Lancer. Canary yellow.
In 2002, Mitsubishi released a limited edition Lancer called the OZ Rally.
Who? Steve, I can't work on the plastics. I'm walking around the car and knocking. Most of the car is made of plastic. I have to strip most of the car away and start again.
So look, let's take this thing for a ride. We'll come back, we'll set up on a lift and go over it. Nice, start it up.
When it rolled out of the factory, this Mitsubishi Lancer had only 120 horsepower. This is Pitbull's chance to see how it performs after 12 years and 150,000 miles.
Feel the engine.
Yeah. This car is tired.
This car needs a new car. It has a nasty pull to the right. Look at this.
Look. I really don't want to work on this car. It's full of plastic, thin metal.
I feel bad for this car. It's screaming, help me, please help me.
Helping is not business, dude.
If we even just replace the engine, put a header on it, put a cold air intake, put a turbo on it, put some engine mounts in it and some drive belts, she's gonna be so happy.
Wheel bearings, suspensions, shocks, brakes. It's a lot of work.
What's that now? Oh, man. I am feathering the gas pedal just to keep this thing running.
Oh, shit, stalled. Middle of the intersection. Come on, dude.
The plow
Go. Oh, man.
Man! Oh, could you imagine?
Oh, we're about to get plowed.
I smell
The
something.
smell. Engine is blown.
Well, now we got no choice but to do this car. What are we gonna say? We blew up your engine? We're done. We own this car. Cars are coming. We gotta push it out of the road.
Pushing cars through snowdrifts at 5 below
One more time, baby.
Ready?
is a first for Bangladeshi car designer Leepu.
Come on.
Make a phone
Can't
call. Come
stay
on, get in the car, man. You're cold. Make a phone call. Yeah, drop that down.
With a blown engine, the only thing Pitbull can do for the Lancer is call a tow truck.
Oh.
Here's our tow truck. I'll steer it up. Hey, be careful of the paint, huh? Yellow. Yellow, really? Let me have the biggest piece of crap car in the lot and paint it yellow, please. Thank you.
Pitbull and Leepu assemble the crew to lay out the plan.
What are we doing to it?
Not much.
It looks like it needs a lot.
Four-door car, well, she wants a two-door car. Yeah.
Back up. What was that?
Two-door car, that's what she's looking for.
What do you mean? It's a four-door car. You can take two doors out easy, but it doesn't mean it's gonna look like a two-door car. I know Leepu's done some crazy conversions, but this one's gonna be tough.
Leepu, I'm sure, is gonna find a plan as soon as his inspiration floats in. That is money in the bank. That car is gonna be in and out of here in like a month. No problems, straightforward, out the door.
Pitbull's two-door muscle car dream is now in the hands of designer Leepu. But first, he must tackle the plastic.
All plastic goes out of the car. Plastic out. Plastic out.
Spoiler alert.
The hand cannot mold plastic. But metal, you can play with it, you can curve it, you can bend it. My kingdom, plastic has no room.
Now, Mr. Leepu could do his magic and make this a real car.
This guy just can't write something down, get a plan. He's got to find inspiration. Sometimes it takes days.
What are you looking at? What are you seeing?
I have no idea, I have no clue. It's just a short front end, back end short. Top is too high, four-door.
I'm on the start line. The car's in gear, the motor's running. I want to stomp on the gas and pop the clutch, but I can't. I can't. Because you know what? He's the flag man. And he hasn't done this yet.
The next day, Pitbull leaves Leepu to figure out his plastic problem.
The only issue we have right now is Leepu not knowing what he wants to do to the car. And if we can't get this thing done, we can't get any job done.
Pitbull's doing what he loves most, hunting for parts. He's been tipped off that this local junkyard has a scrap Mitsubishi.
This is outstanding. This is like a heaven. You see that there? That's the devil. Crush them, make boxes out of them, send them to China to make cell phones.
They're just flat. There they are, like pancakes.
This is breaking my heart. There's no need for that. We can reuse that crap. I love junkyards. What most people call junk, I call gold. Yeah! Well, that thing's nicer than what we're breaking up.
Pitbull spies the Mitsubishi that he's hoping is a treasure chest.
Yo, Brian, you're not gonna believe this. I'm leaning over a Lancer with not only a Mitsubishi engine we need, it's got a header and a full exhaust system. Score! We need this.
Pitbull spots a cold air intake
Yeah, gangster.
and an exhaust.
Let's go talk some numbers.
I'm looking at $1,650. I'll bring it down to $1,300.
1,300, done deal.
$1,300 buys Pitbull a straight replacement for Sandy's 120 horsepower
Doing
engine,
business with you, Dan.
plus some junk parts with which he plans to boost its horsepower.
This here is a home run. This car has everything I need and more.
Guys, I'm ready to cut.
Uh-oh. Leepu's walking towards the car with a cutting wheel. I know that's bad news.
I don't know where he's cutting down here yet, or how far up.
Yeah.
That's another mystery.
That's my paintbrush. New one.
Leepu's reshaped over 100 cars in Bangladesh without ever measuring up or planning ahead. He cuts directly into the bodywork, and once he starts, there's no going back.
This is supposed to be quick and out the door. And now the dude's cutting the roof off.
You don't have a quick build when you're cutting the roof off and reconstructing the back. It's going to take some time. So Steve's going to go nuts. I don't think he knows anything about it.
So I pull in a shop with the new engine. I go to wheel it over to the car and I hear the noise. I hear the saws going, all right? So I'm like, what's going on?
He's begun cutting the roof of Sandy's car, just as Pitbull returns to the shop with his new engine.
Leepu!
Hold on, Steve! Steve's trying to stop me, but no. Leepu's not stopping.
What is the plan here?
Get it out.
All of a sudden, with the beer bottle, the top comes off the car. You're structurally compromising the vehicle. And then he looks at my engine over my shoulder and starts poking fun at it.
It's a Mitsubishi engine. Yeah, and you're talking about American muscle car?
Do you doubt what I could do with this engine in regards to power?
Yes.
What he doesn't know is that I can get as much power out of that as most V8s. I'm not concerned about the size of the engine. But you over here with this mess, I don't understand it.
I have chopped hundreds of roof in Bangladesh. Steve should be worried about his engine.
While Leepu makes his roof chop, Steve wants to prove to him that a four-cylinder engine could be a force to contend with.
Engines are like air compressors. They want to suck air in from the atmosphere and they want to push it out the exhaust. And the more air you can fit in and fit out, the more productive you are, the faster it goes. What I'm simply doing is enlarging the intake and exhaust ports to allow more air to flow through the cylinder head.
This first stage of Pitbull's engine upgrade will add another 10 horsepower.
It's amazing how much more you'll get out of a motor with a little bit of love.
Meanwhile, Leepu is on his own muscle car mission.
We're going to get a roof.
Pitbull has his own back lot of junk cars. With the budget tight, Leepu and Buddy are searching for a free roof to transform Sandy's Lancer.
These are all 4 doors.
I know.
I want a 2-door roof. I want something sleek.
This is about as aerodynamic as a school bus. These are out of the question.
No.
Look, we got more here. How about that?
This 1992 Mitsubishi Eclipse was once the Japanese company's attempt to break into the American sports car market. But more importantly, it's a 2-door car.
Look at the sleek roof. And it's Mitsubishi. This is it.
All right,
Look at the roof.
Let me see what we got here.
Look at the... You don't need to measure it.
Why wouldn't you want
No
to measure
measuring.
this?
This is the roof.
I should at least measure it so we know where we are. How do you know it's the right size?
Dude, that's it. By eye.
All right.
That's the line I want.
Okay. Without letting me measure out the roof on this car, I can't understand the direction he's going in, how he can just visualize it's going to work by eye. So we're going to find out.
You know, I don't know what he sees in this car here, but you know what? If he can make something work, hats off to him.
Leepu was really taken with this roof. Here's your magic wand, Leepu.
When this Eclipse car was made on the factory production line, its bodywork was measured and cut by machine to within 1/100th of an inch. Leepu is making his alteration by eye alone.
I have no idea where he gets his thought planning from when he starts cutting. And there's no measurements, there's no mapping out. I'm lost with that, totally. I can't get him to tell me anything. He won't divulge any information.
Ready? See? It's a convertible now.
You are a madman.
All right, let's get this top in.
It's time to introduce the 2-door Eclipse's roof to its new home on Sandy's 4-door Lancer.
How are you over there?
Wait. It's skinnier than the car.
The Eclipse's roof is narrower than the Lancer bodywork that it must connect with.
Look at this beam and look at this. Holy.
Why would that even match? They're 2 different cars.
By looking at it, I just figured out it'll match right away. I didn't expect this.
If she doesn't like her car, we still get paid, right?
Oh, here comes Steve.
Is that what you expected? You know, just when you see something and you think it's gonna be easy.
Everybody's making fun of me, but they cannot see what I see. But for me, Leepu talking. Anything is possible through Leepu.
1 week into Pitbull's 4-week plan, and Leepu's roof chop is holding up the build. As the fabricators arrive,
I was seeing this car in my sleep last night.
he assembles the team. He has a solution to the problem.
This is a rule of chopping. Once you start chopping, you keep on chopping. Chop the whole roof into half.
It's the answer to everything. Cut, cut, cutting.
The plan is to cut the Eclipse's narrower roof down the middle and extend it so the 2 halves can match the sides of the wider Lancer roof. But Adam is concerned Leepu is weakening the roof.
We're cutting a lot of main supports here, and a lot of engineers worked on the structural integrity of this car. We're compromising it, so I just really hope that he knows what he's doing.
Eventually, I'll get to the structures. It's not the point. I don't care about that. I care about my lines.
With the Mitsubishi roof now in pieces, it's time for Leepu to show the team that he actually does have a plan.
The first tack goes onto the old and new roof.
Leepu attaches the 2 halves of the Mitsubishi roof to the side pillars.
That's it. Just like that. Flush.
He then pinches the 2 sides together in the center. And finally, his plan is clear.
Perfect. Now I can relax a bit. I can see my line right there. That's called Kim Kardashian. Sleek, powerful, and gorgeous.
Leepu solved the roof chop problem, and Steve's upped the power of the four-cylinder by widening the air intakes. Now he has the engine back in one piece. He has plans to improve the airflow even more.
The more air in and the more air out, the more power you make. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an intake cold air kit that's bigger than the old one, and that's gonna add more airflow in. Now, what we're looking to do is add a turbo in the mix here. Turbo adds power. What it does is it takes spent fumes from the exhaust and forces them into the intake. By the time the dust settles with this engine, I will double its horsepower, doing nothing but bench work and used parts.
Colin helps Steve fit the reconditioned engine, ready for a new turbocharger.
This engine is completely fresh compared to the engine that was in here. And once we put a turbocharger on it, it's gonna open it up to a whole new world.
Colin,
Yeah.
come here, check this out.
But Pitbull has a surprise for Colin. The new turbo isn't quite so new after all.
Take a look at this.
And the pipes he wants Colin to use to connect the turbo to the engine were the ones Pitbull found lying in the junkyard.
I have tons of plumbing and pieces. If you just look through here.
I mean, that's well and good, but none of it really fits the car.
Oh, well, I know, but you'll make it fit the car. That's where you come in.
I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of work. I mean, this isn't just...
It's better than spending money. I knew he would look at me like, really, is this normal? It's not normal, and really, it's gonna get done. And you'll see, given time, he will have a turbo on the car, and we'll double its horsepower.
A complete turbo kit retails at around $1,000. Steve's scavenge parts have come at a tenth of the cost.
So this is all I found, and I gotta make a high-performance car out of a pile of junk. So this is gonna come to the front of the turbo like this, sucking fresh air into the car. Then the turbo gets the air flowing, comes out of the turbo, through the intercooler, and then back into the engine over here. It's gonna take time, and I know Steve hates that. He hates the term, it's gonna take time. Because to him, nothing takes time. Him, things are magic.
With the new roof in place, Leepu is also about to perform his own brand of magic, turning Sandy's boring four-door sedan into a dream two-door muscle car.
I'm bending the metal around. That's the way we do it in Bangladesh.
Leepu welds a sheet of metal straight onto the car. He draws directly onto the metal so he can get cutting as quickly as possible. On the other side of the car, Robert is taking the more conventional approach, marking out a paper template before cutting anything.
I'm a professional precision body worker. Leepu likes to just cut the skin right away. I find it to be a little too free, and I don't go for that.
My way of doing things are very fast and quick. Robert, what are you doing? I'm showing him, Robert, stop sketching. Panels are done, cut, ready. Robert? Yeah. He's still sketching. Still sketching.
Huh? Show me the fit.
Okay, let's go. He thinks my panels are not right. Done.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
It may be unconventional, but Leepu's quick fix matches Robert's paper template exactly.
Look at the fit. Look at the fit. It fits on the car just like a glove. Two-door.
It is kind of cool looking,
Yeah. Now you're talking.
but I'm still worried.
Aww.
10 days into the build, and Leepu's design is beginning to emerge. Work on Pitbull's turbo is also moving ahead. Pitbull's easy custom car build is coming apart at the seams. With just over 2 weeks left, Leepu's spur-of-the-moment promise to turn Sandy's two-door back into a four-door has left the team with a big problem.
Oh, there's a lot that needs to be done to make this door work again on this car.
Oh, what a disaster.
You know, the reality is this. You got a woman and a baby in a car. This thing gets rear-ended, it's gonna buckle and crumble. This is why, precisely, we need to plan this out. I'm not asking for the whole thing, just a little bit ahead so we can keep in tune with what it is you're doing.
It's not my fault. I did everything right. She wanted a sleek two-door car. What is our motto? Always make happy the clients.
Wrong. Our motto is affordable custom cars for the average Joe.
Leepu's decision has thrown the team a curveball. But with 40 years' experience, collision specialist Buddy might just have the answer.
So what I figured out is this. I found the old sections of the roof. I'm gonna cut this out. I have the other rain gutter and the inner seal. It's gonna follow it here. I'm gonna make it work. I have to open it up.
Buddy's plan is to weld the original door surrounds from the Lancer onto the new roof. It should make Leepu's two-door design work with 4 doors and be weatherproof.
It'll be your original design to make it a 4-door. I'll guarantee you it'll be a safe car. It'll pass inspection. I'll have this done because I've done it before in 2 days.
2 days is very slow. This is not the way to do it. But let's see.
I have everything already calculated. It's going to be like surgery, but it's going to go very well.
Leepu leaves Buddy to his 4-door fix and heads out for parts in his favorite hunting ground, Jimmy's junkyard.
If one person has what I need, it's Jimmy. His yard is just like a gold mine.
So Leepu's back on a hunt. He's always looking for something crazy, and he really repurposes stuff, which is really the fun part of this business.
This time, Leepu is looking for taillights fit for a Kim Kardashian-inspired muscle car.
So you're going to work this muscle car theme into the back of this car.
Yes, correct.
But right now you're concentrating on lights.
On lights. I want something like something 80s, individual lights.
You know, we just dismantled a Corvette, early 80s, I think.
Corvette.
Jimmy leads Leepu to a set of taillights from an '84 Corvette.
You know what, Jimmy? I like this round lights. Individual, and it's Corvette. American sleek supercar. I'm taking it.
That's it, huh?
This is the American
Oh,
fast
boy,
sleek
thank
supercar.
God, because I'm freezing my ass off.
No second thought. That's the perfect one. That's it. I found the right set of lights I'm really looking for. It's going to be a proper American muscle car line.
Every time he walks out the door with something, I can't wait to see how he's going to put it together. I love when he leaves here happy.
It's 24 hours since Buddy started his roof fix. He's still measuring up, but Leepu wants to speed up the job.
Take this door off.
Can I have another 10 minutes?
No. It will take I'll do it. Go ahead. I'll do it.
It's going to me up again. I want this door left on here so I can open and close it. I'm adjusting this line.
The way you were going, I can see I have to wait another 4 days to get in there.
Not at all. Not at all.
Leepu draws a line directly across the area where Buddy plans to introduce the weatherproof seals.
Leepu, you going to let me measure before you do that?
Measure? I don't need the measurement here. Okay, so I can cut it.
Leepu starts cutting the shape of the door directly onto the roof, cutting Buddy's measurements clean off.
I have my way of working, different plans to make that fit. So, you know, I'll just step back and see what happens. Can I take a walk to cool off? I'm pissed off. When another chef enters the kitchen, at least ask the other chef where the recipe left off. Don't stop dumping in more spices.
Hey, come on, look at that. You got me a door. Fantastic. Look, now, door can be shut.
Yeah, but what is going to go in here? I mean, I thought Buddy was on this and making it happen.
He was.
I'm not done yet. This has got to be cut up and sectioned. I know.
Yeah.
I've done this 100 times. I know what I'm doing.
Look, let's focus on what the problem is.
I wasn't ready for the door yet. Everything right now, if you look, it's just marked up.
You know what? At this time, I feel as though if we stick with the plan, it's going to get done properly. If we start cowboying it up, it's not going to get done properly.
You stick with your plan, deliver the car to Sandy.
Tensions are running high in Pitbull's shop.
You stick with your plan, deliver the car to Sandy.
Leepu is not being a team player. He wants to do it his way or no way.
The way they work, mark it up, size it up, measure it up. We don't have time.
But by never drawing, measuring, or sharing his plan, Leepu brings the team to breaking point.
Not trusting me and stopping me and tripping me, that will make me walk off the job.
With just over 2 weeks left to complete the car, Pitbull has a mutiny on his hands.
Steve.
Look, here's the situation.
We had a plan yesterday, and Buddy promised me 2 days. And now, Buddy's in the middle of that plan, and you came and changed that. That's the problem.
How would you expect me to just hang in there and doing nothing and wait for him? So much time spending talking and planning, and there's nothing going on in the work.
I have to tell you, I feel as though they understand the timeline a lot better than you give them credit for. We have to look at how we can work together because we're sitting on the top of something that could be very big, extremely big for the both of us. So what we need to do in order to make this dream a reality for us is to work with and not against.
What's the solution? What's the solution now?
The solution right now is we all need to come together and be on the same page with this to make it happen.
Okay. I agree with that. This time, Steve is right. If we're going to be successful, we'll have to put more trust on these guys. I'm sorry, buddy. I pissed you off, and we're out of the line.
Listen.
So we're going to be a team player. We're going to go according to our plan, okay?
I'm here for you. I'm not here for Buddy. That's number one. I'm going to be on your page.
With Buddy fixing the door and Leepu working on the back of the car, it seems Coach Pitbull's team talk might just have worked. Even the junkyard turbo is coming together.
I got one more run to make. I gotta come from the turbo here, out, along here to the intercooler. You could spend thousands of dollars on a kit like this, but I'm making it from stuff we had laying around for nothing.
With 10 days left on the 4-week plan, mechanics Pitbull and Colin are ready with their turbo power play.
This is an updated 4-cylinder fuel-injected engine. If you turn the key, either it starts or it doesn't. Cross your fingers. Nice! Yeah! Smooth and heavy. Nice! Yeah. You got a runner, baby. Did you notice how responsive it was?
It was super responsive, and it sounds good, too.
That turbo kicks. Look at it. Smooth. Looks like it was meant to be in this car. Good
Thanks,
job,
dude.
bro. Good
Yeah,
job.
thanks, man.
I am psyched. That thing fired right up. We're that much closer to it being finished. I could take it right now for a ride, put a coolant hose on it.
Leepu seeing the benefits of teamwork, too.
You made me guarantee you that you'd have your seal for your door.
You know that sound?
You like that?
I can hear the sound. It's perfect sealing.
The car is a 4-door once more, and Leepu has learned a vital lesson.
This is a new step for me to hand over my job to somebody else. Buddy's done a great job.
With less than a week to finish the car, new team player Leepu holds his first ever design briefing. He wants the fabricators to finish the rear so he can concentrate on the front.
Now, let's Americanize this car. Come around here, just a little bump, and goes all the way and blend this to the line here.
Inspired by Kim Kardashian, Leepu is adding curves to his sleek design.
Visually, it will look like that. Comes out like that, and falls out like this. So have you seen my lines?
Yeah, I was watching the way you're trying to make it flow from the side right into the quarters. This is going to be really coming out.
So you got it. You got it, buddy.
We know where he is. We know what he wants. We know how he thinks. Not all the time, but we're working on it.
With Leepu's design meeting reinvigorating the team, Buddy gets to grips with the rear of the car. And this time, Leepu is letting him measure.
You build the structure, you can follow your shape, your measurements are always there in front of you, and it's so easy to take all this and duplicate it on the other side. It's like a road map.
We got the rest of the car to finish. Even I know, without working together, this job's not gonna get done in time.
Leepu and Pitbull plan to deliver a fully customized Mitsubishi Lancer to Sandy in just 8 days. Leepu has left the team to complete his design of the rear because he desperately needs to start on the front.
Balance the front end has to be beefed up too.
Leepu's planning a truly international approach to building an American muscle car. He's using the hood of a Korean Hyundai on the front of a Mitsubishi.
There's nothing American on this car. You got a Japanese car and you're putting a Korean hood on it.
Well, I'll Americanize it.
Okay.
It's all about design. I'll make a long hood scoop here, so the hood will be Americanized.
A hood scoop is an opening that allows direct airflow to the engine and dates back to early 50s muscle cars like the 52 Mercury and the Glaspar G2.
Hood scoop will be around here, lift up, and this lines will go all the way down here with the, like, nice edge.
Leepu marks out the shape of his scoop's opening by eye, and then he cuts. An aftermarket scoop is a bolt-on piece of molded plastic or carbon fiber.
Wee, baby.
Leepu handcrafts his design using a technique he mastered in Bangladesh.
Beautiful, sleek, fast line.
By reusing the metal he cut to create the opening, he forms a scoop that follows the contours of the hood exactly.
Yeah, nice.
It's time for Leepu to inspect the rest of the team's work on the rear of the car.
What's happening? What's happening, bud? What do you think?
In 20 years of car designing in Bangladesh, Leepu never allowed others to shape an entire panel of a car without him.
What are you pondering? I don't like when you come over here pondering like this.
Got that big round bubble butt like you wanted. He always gives us that silence when he's staring at our work. And the gears turn, and we're all just like, oh God, here it is. What do you gotta say?
You know, guys, I like it.
Yeah, okay.
I like the path. Those lights, 1, 2 there, 2 over here, just like that. Well, the guys has done a fantastic job. It's a serious muscle at the back, and my lights will be perfect for the American muscle car. Perfect.
We're gonna cut some holes into the rear end, sink these guys in. You'll have yourself some taillights.
The car wouldn't win any beauty contests right now, but it is ready to drive.
I need to see that turbo in action on the road right now.
All right, man, you psyched? You ready for a test drive?
This trial run will be a test of both mechanics and Leepu's roof.
When I drive this thing, I'm gonna drive the hell out of it.
All these guys are worried about the roof. I have chopped so many roofs in Bangladesh. My roofs are tough.
You know, when you see a car that looks like this, that runs like that, you're gonna know it's a Leepu and Pitbull special.
Pitbull has a new passenger, turbo tuning specialist Manny. Manny is using a computer program to optimize the air and fuel flow through the turbo and maximize its power. The turbo will now force air into the engine at a pressure of 120 pounds per square inch. This will either double the horsepower of Pitbull's engine or break it.
If it works right, you'll get more horsepower. If it goes wrong, then you get a lot of smoke.
Leepu, is your roof ready?
Ready, baby?
I'm getting nervous back here.
I don't blame
What?
you. Hold on to
Ready?
your roof, Leepu.
Ready?
Here it goes.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah, baby.
Hey, my roof's still
Yeah. I can't believe the roof is still on the car.
there. Yeah. Everything is solid.
All right, we did it, man.
Pitbull's engine is at peak performance. And although Leepu's roof has passed its stress test and is now safe, the front is far from finished. There are only 4 days left on Pitbull's 4-week plan, and it's gonna take 4 days to paint the car.
Figure by 4 o'clock, it has to be done, and the cars have got to get prepped to ship over to the body shop.
I'm making a mean American muscle car with a big mouth and green eye. That's a big mouth.
The deadline is long past, but Leepu is still adding detail to his design.
It's getting ridiculous. That little yellow car is costing me money every extra day it's in the shop.
The creative mind never ends, never sleeps. It keeps going and going and going and going.
The more he cuts, the less we make. If that car doesn't leave us soon, we're gonna owe it money.
It's the big day. Leepu, Pitbull, and the team have worked around the clock to get the car finished, 1 day late.
I was a little concerned this car was not leaving us. The fact of the matter is, we knuckled up, we banded together, we got it done, and we made a little money. Sandy gave us 11 grand to build this car, right?
Right.
Cost us 8,500.
Good. We made a nice car and made some money.
You know, nothing to jump up and down about, but maybe the dream we have of building custom cars is actually a reality.
Leepu has turned a simple four-door Japanese car into his vision of an American muscle car. Color scheme is a nod to one of the original muscle cars, the Plymouth Barracuda. Leepu's two-door roof gives the appearance of a sleek sports coupe. And up front, his custom-made scoop completes the now aggressive hood. Transformation is completed by fitting 80s Corvette rear lights into the powerful, muscular rear end. Pitbull's handmade turbo and engine modifications have turned Sandy's old Lancer into a 240 horsepower performance car.
You know what? I think it's about time we take this for a ride and see what kind of power it's got.